Like, I'm absolutely fascinated by the story of Jesus Christ. Because if you wanted to come up with a way that people would live that would absolutely be far more beneficial than just going on natural instincts and tribal behavior, and you would follow Jesus' teachings. Like, I can't find a flaw in the way he tells you to live life. There's a lot of religions that involve, torturing non-believers and raping infidels and being able to do terrible things to the people that don't believe your religion. There's none of that in Christianity. It's all forgiveness. It's all treating your brother and your neighbor as if they're you. Like, it's a beautiful way to live life.
Are you Christian?
Well, I go to church, and I have been for quite a while.
Okay. So
I've been doing it for the last 3 or 4 years.
But that's not really an answer to the question.
Well, because I don't know. I think it's very interesting, and I do believe that if you follow the teachings of Jesus Christ, you will live a better life. I really do believe that. And one of the things I talk about is, like, the people that I go to church with are the most fucking polite people I've ever met in my life. They're so kind and so nice, and everybody lets you out of the parking lot. Everybody's like, you go, you go. It's like like, it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people are trying to find an idea, does that mean I believe people came back from the dead? Does that mean I believe Moses parted the Red Sea? Not really. No, it seems like that's most likely a story where people are telling it generation after generation after generation, but there's probably something happening. There's probably some truth to it. Then when you take into account some of the stories from the Old Testament, like the book of Ezekiel, which I'm absolutely fascinated by. The book of Ezekiel and his account of the wheel within a wheel and the fire flashing forth continually, and in the midst of the fire, as it were, gleaming metal. Like, what the hell is that? Like, what is that? Like, what are these stories? And in the midst of this gleaming metal, there's the likeness of 4 living creatures. Like, okay, they darted to and fro like the appearance of a flash of lightning. Okay, what is that? Like, what were they trying to say? And what was the original experience that people documented that was so important?
And it might have been a lot more similar to these UFO experiences.
That's the point.
We've been seeing. Yeah.
And I think this is one of the things that Tucker goes back to.
The Christian story is so beautiful and so important. You know, Rene Girard's view of Christianity as really stopping the cycle of scapegoating. Scapegoating where, and I'm seeing it right now as part of the reason we've been pushing back against the moral panic on Epstein, is that you scapegoat the thing. Traditionally it literally was a goat, but you scapegoat the person or whatever.
Wait a minute, originally it was a goat?
It really was a goat, yeah. It was a goat, yeah.
Really?
It would carry the sins of the community.
Oh, you'd sacrifice the goat?
I think you would send it away to die or something.
Oh.
But over time it became
that's what
people.
A scapegoat was?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then
it's always a goat.
But generally
goats are the devil, goats are everything. Goats get a bad rap.
Goats are in your lobby, aren't they? Or those are elk. No, in your
those
lobby.
Are elk. Okay. No, there's a big difference.
Yeah, but I mean, so Christianity puts an end to that. It says stop scapegoating. I mean, they scapegoated Jesus, really. I mean, you kind of go, you scapegoat, the purpose of the scapegoating was for the community, to unite the community and scapegoat to put all of its sins on one thing and then kill it or get rid of it. And that was the way the community would restore unity. Christianity said, no, we're not going to do it that way. That's immoral. And so, he without sin should be the first to cast a stone. Jesus wasn't saying that prostitution was good or anything. He was saying that we should not be scapegoating, you've got sins too, so don't scapegoat this person. That's a really radical moment in human history, and it really is what allowed humans to spread. It creates a universal, Christianity is the first universal, it's really a universal religion. Maybe it's not the only, but it's a universal religion. It says everybody, is a child of God, and it's evangelical, and it wants other people to become Christian. That's different from other religions where we're like, this is my God, I've got my own God here, and we're the best, and you suck. And
they make it very difficult to join.
Yeah. And it's not to say that Christians, obviously there was, fighting the Muslims, and there's some interesting revisionism there, but it's a beautiful religion.
There's terrible things that have been done under the guise of Christianity, but if you listen to the teachings of Jesus Christ, they're not following his teachings. So it's like, it's just human behavior. that they have tagged on to Christianity. So when people say Christianity is responsible for horrible atrocities, I say no. I say humans are. Because if it was actually Christianity, you would be following the teachings of Christ, and there would be none of those things.
I mean, anti-Semitism is not Christian.
Right.
So
right.
True Christianity is not that. So I think it's lovely, and I hope there's a revival of some of it. I'm not sure there is.
I think there is more now than before. There's a lot of young people that are getting into Christianity.
I think it's good to. I think it's also. I mean, it's interesting with we were talking about the UFO thing. It's an awareness that there's a higher power. So one can sort of say, look, the UFO thing, it's not the same as Christianity or whatever. But this awareness that we're not. There's something else going on. There's something more. There's something higher than us, and that we should be humble in the face of this just gigantic mystery. I think that puts us in a better mentality.
It certainly does. And if anything, if he's not the Son of God, if this was an actual historical figure, what an insanely wise human being who didn't have these thoughts that are inherent to all of us of vengeance and lust and greed. He has none of these.
So radical. Also, you've heard it said before that you should, love your friends and hate your enemies. I say to you, you should love your enemies. I mean, that's just, it's like the hardest. I'm not there. I think very few people are there, but it's certainly the right aspiration, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the right aspiration.